Welcome to Ellie Goldsmith's Relationship Flow. I'm using a new machine, iPad, first time recording on this. Our Flow podcasts, we have the Unity Flow podcast and the Relationship Flow podcast, and also our Muna is our future podcast. These three podcasts, thank God, are growing. And the good news is we also did a podcast called Think Torah, and it was a game-changing flow towards unity. That was the focus of the interviewer, and his name is Aaron, and he did a great job, and I was happy to be there. But the point is, we are discussing relationship flow over here, and we've already got through 4 parts of intimacy. We started off with experiencing intimacy into our relationship flow. That was the first one. And bringing intimacy into our relationship was part 2. The intimate giving flow is part 3. And the last class we gave was time on and off, intimately connected to the relationship flow. And I'd like to continue on that path of when we're in the off time and preparing for the intimate time, because there's that transition time, there needs to be some conscious preparations. I mean, once again, I'm not talking in any halakhic rule, Jewish law way, because that's something, once again, you'll go to the special kind of rabbi for that. But I'm happy to go into it in the flow way of understanding the inner aspects and how we prepare ourselves mentally, emotionally. It's really important that we understand that before we get to that time period of intimacy and renewal, after around, say, 11, 12 days, once again, not being in the rules side of it, just saying that the time frame. So we have half the month almost off and then half of the month on. As we head towards that, there's a certain mental renewal and emotional renewal, spiritual renewal. And really, it's like a new wedding. That's the concept that's brought down, like as if you're getting married again. And that should be kind of excitement and anticipation and preparation and prayers. When I was, Baruch Hashem, in the time frame of bringing children into the world, which will be another discussion of how a person can prevent that with birth control, different things you speak to, once again, a rabbi, and that's my disclaimer, I'm not claiming any of these things. But if a person's going through different tekufa time periods where they're bringing children down, very, very, very important, the preparation towards the night, because this is an opportunity to bring down souls. I do believe that the whole way through the marriage, the truth written in our holy mystical text is we're always bringing down souls whenever we connect. Like we mentioned from Marachai Kodesh, from Avram Avinu, Sarah Menu, when they would connect, and even though they didn't have a child till Avram was 100 and I believe Sarah was 90, that all those years before, they were bringing down all the neshamas, all the souls of Yisrael, of the Yeshish Mibias of the Torah, the 600,000 neshamas that are, in essence, the souls of the Jewish people. Obviously, there's more people than that, but the root level souls. And that's the idea of when you're together intimately, you're creating that unification, that unity experience, that united soul experience, and the souls come through that level. So really, a person always has to prepare in a spiritual way and pray. A simple one, say, is Psalms 23. Easy to say, everyone knows it off by heart pretty much. I remember, being about Tshuva, saying it in Harrow on the Hill, in the same, place of worship where, the Yoshkaniks, the people who worship JC, or hopefully not, but they worship God, but they in JC's name. They then it happens to be where Winston Churchill's buried, that kind of place. I remember reading that out a few times there in English. In English, my Lord is my shepherd, I shall not lack, all that kind of stuff. But obviously, better to say it in Lashon Kodesh, Mizmor David. There's so many songs now. You say it before. It just has a power there to spiritualize our life. I mean, I think there's 57 words in it, which is connected to Zon, which is also important, and there should be, panasa and shefa. As we spoke about, like making sure the setting is good, leading up to the intimacy, which once again is part of the preparation, that you should have the ability to connect into, your divine abundance that's going on. And as I'm trying to do this, so many people are reaching out. I don't know why at the end of the week people wake up and start wanting. I had to do invoices at the end of work for people that's like from a year ago. Like people wake up at the end of the week and send out these messages. Maybe some of them from America, but anyway, just to say, like, this is exactly the point, that you're trying to get ready for your intimate night, and then life's hitting you up with so many things, and you have to really think ahead. Like, can I not have those arrangements that night or that day that's going to put me into a not good state of mind? And, spiritually, there's other prayers you could say, like the Rambana Kodesh has a for Zerah Kodesh and for Holy Seed and all this kind of stuff. There's so many ways you prepare yourself. And personally, for years I was always busy with mikveh and purification, and even for the man's side, obviously for the woman, and that's obligational. But the point is that for the man, like, he should get his mind into spiritual mindset, that he's about to join with his soulmate, and not, God forbid, and I'll be a bit crude here, but just to say the words so we will understand, it's not some porno experience. It's that should be something that furthest from their mind, that you're about to connect with your soulmate, and it's a very delicate, idle, spiritual bonding. And obviously we'll talk about maybe some of the more aspects of intimacy, but right now we're just that transition time as we're heading towards it. We have to realize that special night needs us to be a bit more responsible as the man's side, to be more available to help, and to make it an easier transition from not being able to touch and connect in the physical sense, and then going from that disconnect to reconnect, and the time off to time on in the physical sense, but remembering that you're always connected, as we spoke about last part in part 4. So being this is part 5, the main point is preparation for the night of renewal. And I think that all of us should really think and meditate and become more mindful with this. And I believe that if we do that, then our intimacy will go on to higher levels. And as Rabbi Tatz once taught me years and years ago, that the journey of marriage, the goal is to go higher and higher each time you join together, to go on a new level of connection, deeper, more emotionally bonded, and spiritually and physically connected, closer, trusting, loving, all the good aspects of a marriage. And I pray that we should be blessed with all these good things. Amen. Have a beautiful week, a beautiful Shabbos, and may we all connect in the right time, in the right way, the right person.